Hello, I'm Maria Hall Brown, and this is LA Currents. Ponder this. 3 bodybuilders go into a gym, but it's not any ordinary gym. It's in Los Angeles, the entertainment capital of the world. And they all just happen to be writers. What happens next? Strong words, of course. I'd like to introduce the founder of Strong Words, a live storytelling event, Larry Dean Harris.
Who wants to hear some stories?
If the pen is mightier than the sword, why don't you pen a story where your life takes off and soars?
And I think tonight, I will put on my new shoes and my new dress, and I'll drive over to Joe's Cafe where there's a dance floor.
I was a young girl. I was lonely, but I didn't know that until much later. It wasn't a journal, and it wasn't a diary. I was just talking on paper.
How the heck did you guys get together and decide to turn your idea into a live storytelling experience from meeting in a gym?
I think it all starts, as any storytelling does, with the desire to share.
You are in for a treat. It's a smorgasbord of stories.
I should actually introduce the wonderful person over your shoulder here, Michael
I met at the
Hirabayashi.
gym.
You met him at the gym
Of
too?
course.
Okay, so Michael Hirabayashi, you are a photographer.
My father gave me his old Nicorette film camera.
Somewhere along the line, this storytelling event blossomed into more than just story words.
Yeah, it's a combination of several different things. It's storytelling, which is the primary focus, and then there's music, and then there's also the visual art. And I think that both the music that we feature, the storytelling that Larry features, and the visual arts I try to feature gives us a more complete human experience.
It is a community. It didn't start that way, but it's grown to become one. And people tell their friends, you won't believe this. You know, in 90 minutes, we're gonna give you 5 stories, a musical guest, an amazing pop-up art show. There's gonna be wine, and there's gonna be conversation afterwards, and it's free.
Well, that's always the excellent, that's the best price for any kind of ticket.
I wrote about sex and orgasms and longing and determination and chicken pox and bounce checks and being trapped and feeling mighty anyway. But I also wrote about lobsters and scotch and my hero, Howard, a retired fireman who looked after me. He walked down to us every afternoon. Well, girlie, give me a little kiss. And he'd hold on just a little too long while I kissed his cheek, pulling away and laughing at him. Then I poured him a shot of scotch and he said, "First of the day."
Thank you, Claudette. All right, so now we're back with Larry Dean Harris, but we have someone special sitting next to you. We have Marlene Nichols, who is also someone you met at the gym.
Yep.
You're meeting everyone at the gym.
Met Michael at the gym, met Marlene at the gym. We have an amazing gym.
Apparently so, and a very creative one at that.
We've been watching Baryshnikov on TV, and I say to them, "Mother, Father, I would like to devote my life to the dance." And then my father looks at my mother, who is holding back laughter, and says, "I blame you for this."
We are in the era of what is your story? Everything's story, from branding to leadership to personal essays. How do you express yourself?
The clipboard lady comes with a little number. She pins it to my leotard and she says, "Break a leg, honey." So we're lined up in this big room. And I'm telling you, like, it's just like a chorus line, except we're in Memphis. And it's a family-friendly show, so we're not exactly dancing to Prince. We're more dancing to like Rockin' Robin. And I gotta say, like, I'm rocking in the treetops, up and down the dance floor. And I get thank you'd out after the first round. Then my dad and we go to Jack Purtle's Chicken after as my reward, and he gives me double biscuits because he's proud of me. And he says, like, you gave it a good shot, Slugger. Yeah, but I didn't get to do me. I didn't get to show him anything. I really wanted to be in the second round. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, he says. I didn't have that much cash on me. My dad, the gangster.
It's you on stage, and what you want to tell the audience, it's your time.
This one's fresh. I finished at 9:10 this morning.
I can't think of a safer place to get up and tell your story.
Let's take it out for a spin, shall we?
Then I asked my mom, Mom, what's your tribe's version of the ceremony? We throw babies in the river. She said that with a straight face.
What's going on? And my dad jumps right in, and quite frankly, you'd rather see a toddler drown than see your dad coming out of the lake with wet Sandsabelt slacks from Sears.
And then I had another helping of my cousin Charlene's banana pudding. Because when you're open to the idea, God can appear in many different forms.
This guy one day said to me, I have a story.
And you ignored him.
I did. I absolutely did. I forgot all about it. And then one day he reminded me and I pulled it out and I was like, wow, this is powerful stuff.
My story was about my mother and her experiences during World War II. And my family, actually, because my father was also part of that story. My father was interned in camp. My mother's family went to Japan just prior to Pearl Harbor. They spent the war in Japan. Then the atomic bomb happened, and they survived. But I think the story is telling in that it reflects back on what's going on now with a lot of the tribalization of America,
right,
and into various political camps and racial camps, religious camps.
And that's a very, very powerful story.
And I think it's dangerous.
It is.
We had an amazing singer-songwriter, and she got up and blew the audience away. And afterwards, I said, thank you for coming. And she said, yeah, it was really good to be on stage again. I haven't performed in years. Aww. And I said, that sounds like a story. And she said, it is. She took our workshop, and then she got up and told the story, and it was powerful. It was a story about having a stalker.
Oh, dear.
And how it stopped her from performing for a long time. And, I mean, what a triumph.
Right.
And then for her to tell that story and then put on her guitar and sing, I mean, the room was just like on fire.
The sound of your breath at night when we sleep is the pulse and the rhythm my heart likes to keep. When you toss and you turn and you move and you shift, it's like the settling of foundation in the house where I live.
When you say storytelling, not everybody quite knows what that is. They know what acting is, they know what theater is, but storytelling is really this human aspect of the person next to you. You never know what's gone on in their lives. And then when they get a shot at the stage to tell you, you're blown away.
Who is your audience? Who would love this? Who would enjoy this?
I think anyone who wants to live in the moment, anyone who wants to put their phone down, turn off their television set, and turn off the computer and just come have that instant connection.
Live performance is very much about energy to energy, that feeding loop, like heartbeat to heartbeat. There is an interaction here that doesn't happen on a daily basis necessarily in the world we live in today.